Yes. Well, everywhere was different. Last game, I was told there.
Testing. Okay. We're going to just start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll go to questions in the room and then on Zoom.
You know, huge road victory with this new format, and just a great credit. I have such appreciation for what Vicky's doing. I got appreciation for this franchise. And the fans came out, and we knew it was going to be a difficult environment. So proud to get a road victory in this type of situation. Our players played with so much energy and effort tonight. We didn't play perfect. We missed and left a lot of points out there, foul shots, a lot of shots in the first half. But it never wavered, our energy and effort. And we've hung our hat for the last few years on defense. And our defense holding a team with that many weapons to 58 points in their home building is just remarkable how hard we played. We asked them to get in the paint. We asked them to win the points in the paint battle. We asked them to win the points off the turnovers battle. We asked them to win the fast break battle. And we won all those areas tonight that were so important. And we said from the beginning, and there's some analytics out there that do a great job with this matchup, whoever was going to rebound was going to win this series. Our 3 losses to Dallas this year, they have had really productive offensive rebounding nights against us. And tonight we showed up and really got on the glass. Offensively, a lot because we stayed aggressive and played through the paint. They were rotating and getting blocked shots, but when they didn't get blocked shots and we missed, we then had opportunities to get on the glass because of our aggressiveness. So the game has a lot of strategy in it, but ultimately, a lot of times basketball comes down to who plays harder and who plays with passion and desire. And tonight we played with so much effort and energy. I'm so proud of them.
Questions in the room?
So what did you learn in this series that can help you, since you're going to be having a little bit of deja vu and seeing Chicago in the semis again?
Yeah, I think that, the big message is, one, we have to be ourselves. We can't be someone we're not. We're not as pretty as some teams play. We have to, make it gritty and grind games out and in our own way, find ways to be successful. But we have to lean back on this series that the effort and energy are a big part. And, we'll learn a lot. We're back where we want to be. I'm proud that we're going to our 4th straight semifinal. I shared with someone that in my 7 years, we've won 140 games. There's only one franchise that's won more regular season games than that. Since 2016, Minnesota has 141. So we've had incredible regular season success. And now we're back to a semis for 4 straight years. But this group wants to take another step. And there is not one person that's going to pick us to beat Chicago. So we're going to go with the underdog mentality and give it our best shot.
Yeah, Kurt, you mentioned that. Is it sort of just like a little bit of the scripts kind of flipped from last year in terms of they were sort of able to grab the underdog role, and maybe you guys are going to be doing that this year? Is that something you guys can maybe rally around a little bit?
Yeah, our team is incredibly confident in what they do and who they are. But certainly you can feed off some of that, but ultimately we know we will have to play outstanding basketball.
Coach, what was the message at halftime? You guys had a pretty decent first half, but you really turned it on in the second half. What was the wake-up call message?
We liked what we were doing. We thought transition-wise, we left some opportunities out there, thought we made it harder on ourselves than we needed to on some fast break advantages. We asked them to not get discouraged, have to make shots that they were capable of making. They know that they left some points out there. But, it was the intensity. We were really happy with our defensive intensity. We did a lot of really nice things. So we just told them to stick with it. And we had, a really, really good third quarter.
What did you see from your team in the second half to keep the lead as big as it was? You never really let Dallas make a run to get back into it. What did you see out there?
Yeah, I thought the veterans had, leadership. DeWanna Bonner wanted the ball. Our team wanted to get the ball in her hands and get her in actions within the tunnel. There was a confidence that we were just going to keep attacking even when things weren't perfect. And I loved, you could feel a confidence from our group, and as the momentum built and we were continuing to get stops, you could feel that they felt really good with what was happening defensively.
Tiara looked a lot more like game one Tiara than game two, looked really uncomfortable, especially in that first half. What did you guys do to sort of get her sort of out of her rhythm again?
Tiara is really difficult to guard, but it's those dominant post players in the league. It's not just one person, but credit to Bree Jones and JJ really battling, but it's ball pressure, trying to make some of those passes difficult on target on time. If we can get them off target and a little bit off time, then we can have help. I thought we did a better job in the second half of swarming around her when she did get catches, and there was a lot of traffic around her that she didn't navigate as well. So it's a total team effort with Tiara. And then there was an effort to tip it or, gang rebound around her the best we could. And just, and even if we can't get the ball, you got to tip it away from her. And we did a much better job tonight of that.
Okay, we're going to go on Zoom. Lila, go ahead.
Hey, Kurt, you mentioned that, DB really wanted the ball tonight. Just what did you see kind of her confidence and leadership and how that led the team from a mentality standpoint?
Yeah, we feed, off our veterans, and, we always feed off of AT's energy and her motor. But when DeWanna has those type of nights and the emotion that she plays with, it fuels our whole team when you see DeWanna playing with that emotion. And you could just feel it throughout our bench and the players on the floor. That kind of energy and passion is contagious. And, certainly our whole team was feeling that off of our veterans today.
And, you mentioned it kind of getting back to what you guys do best with, the second chance points, the disruption and points off turnovers. Just how much did you guys kind of talk about that leading into the game of kind of getting back to what you guys do as a team?
Yeah, I think it was a collective effort. There was a lot of focus on what we needed to do defensively. Our players really believed in what we were going to do, and they went out and executed it and were totally disruptive. And that's who we are. We are a good defensive team and a team that can really get on the glass and get points in the paint, get out in transition. And we made tonight that type of game, which is an advantage for us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lila. Nat, go ahead.
Evening, Kurt. Congratulations. It did not show up maybe in the first half, the offense, but it seemed like Bree gave you a lift simply by playing keep away almost with the offensive rebounds and limiting their second chances.
Without question, that our rebounding was going to be the difference tonight. We simple, as much chess match is going into the game and all these great players for both teams. Ultimately, we thought rebounding was going to be the factor in the game.
Was there more emphasis tonight on having DeWanna facilitate a little more, or did that just happen within the game?
Yeah, I thought we liked our matchups with her, and as she got going, it's easy when you find something that's working to go back to them, and she wanted the basketball, and she made a lot of really good things happen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ned. Okay, we'll take these last three questions, starting with Kayla. Go ahead.
Hey Kurt, congratulations. I just wanted to get your thoughts on Dejanay's play tonight. She played 25 minutes, even though she only had 3 points. It felt like she was pretty impactful, especially guarding Mabry. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on her performance tonight.
Yeah, she brings, great athleticism to the floor defensively, and she plays hard, and she doesn't back down to anyone. And so, love that attitude. When Courtney struggled to put the ball in the basket, obviously Dejanay is just a little bit bigger and gives us a little bit different look in some of our defensive schemes that we like. So her minutes were huge tonight. And again, her contribution tonight to the victory is beyond that stat sheet. It's not going to show in numbers, but her effort and energy to defend and the confidence that our team has in her defending was big tonight.
Thanks, Kurt. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kayla. Rafiq, go ahead.
This is Ralphie with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the win, Kurt.
Thank
your
you.
question?
I'm not sure.
I just wanted to ask you, DeWanna brought a ton of energy into tonight's victory, scoring about 21 points. What are your thoughts on the way she contributed to this team in the victory?
DB has a championship pedigree, and she played great tonight. I can't say enough about what she brought to the team beyond what the stat sheet is. Just her confidence and swagger tonight was really contagious.
And how excited are you about another playoff series against the Chicago Sky coming up?
Rafiq, we're excited to be back in the semis, and we'll get back after a day off. We'll get back to work.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, last question, Christos.
Coach, congrats on the win, first of all. What did you like most from the second half's defensive effort overall, and what would you like to carry over from the series against the Sky?
Yeah, I think the defense all started out with ball pressure. There's ball pressure, energy, effort. It all started with that, was the effort, energy, and ball pressure.
Thank you. All right, we're going to go to Alyssa Thomas and Joanna Bonner. We'll start in the room. Questions in the room?
What did you guys think was sort of the big key to holding Dallas to just 6 made field goals in the second half?
This is what we're used to doing, playing defense like that. I think we were all disappointed in how we played game 2. To only have 1 steal for the whole entire game is uncharacteristic of us. And, we're an experienced team. We've been here before, and it was time for us to impose ourselves.
So now you head back to Chicago again. It's a little bit of a deja vu thing. What did you learn about yourselves and the team this series that's going to prepare you for this next one?
We definitely let one slip away. It was set up for us to have 2 home games, and we didn't come out ready to play. We knew they were going to come out with a lot of energy, and then we had to travel here. But that's part of playoffs, the ups and downs of it all. Some nights you're not going to have good nights, and you got to forget and be ready for the next game. And that's the good thing about a series. So for us, we're going to enjoy this, and of course, get ready for Chicago.
Kurt just said that, and this is obviously true of Alyssa too, that you brought a championship pedigree tonight. Can you just talk about it, in that moment, it's tied at halftime. Do you feel like it was the experience and that pedigree that you guys brought in the second half?
No, I just think that was just the character of our team. I think it was more so, we know that this team won't be together forever. So it's kind of like we didn't want it to be over. So like she said, we felt like we didn't come and play with that same intensity in game 2, and we owed it to ourselves to come out here and at least fight a little bit harder, and whatever happens is kind of what mentality we had. So I don't know if it's a championship pedigree or that's just the character of Connecticut Sun basketball.
So how did it feel having kind of a height advantage in terms of the defense in the game?
Yeah, it always worked, but I don't know if we had a height advantage with Tierra McCowan. She's a low down there. She's she rebounds, she kind of buries us sometimes. But credit to our defense, like you said, Jonquil, JJ, and Brianna Jones just dominated down there. And we looked at video and we knew we had to play her a little bit better because she's the key to the offense. And I think they did a hell of a job tonight.
Happy birthday again,
Oh,
DB.
thank you.
Wanted to ask you guys, what was the mood like in the locker room at halftime, and what switch flipped?
I mean, spirits.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we were missing a lot of shots, just like game two. We just missed shots. But it was no pressure coming into an elimination game, and we knew if we played our game that we would come out with a win.
Any other questions in the room? All right, we'll move to Zoom. We'll start with Lila on Zoom.
Kurt just kind of mentioned, Dawana's like energy and passion and how us kind of carrying over, with the rest of the team. Just how did you kind of feel that throughout the game? How big of a boost was that for you guys?
I think after we lost game two, she was ready to play again. And there was no doubt in my mind she was coming out and she was going to have a monster game and not let anybody stop her. But we knew from game one that it was going to be a hard matchup for anybody to guard her. And I think game two, she saw that she was a little hesitant, and tonight she came out and dominated.
And
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
DB, could you kind of just speak to that too, and just kind of your mentality going into the game?
I just wanted to be aggressive. I saw that I only took maybe 5 shots in the second game, so I knew that couldn't happen in the knockout game. So make or miss, I was gonna take the shot, and if the ball was in my hand, I'm gonna be confident to make a play, whether that's assistant pass. And Alyssa made me mad in the second quarter, so I was ready to go. But yeah, I'm a vet for a reason. So when the game's on the line, I want the ball. So make or miss. We are competitors. So she always pushes everybody on the team, and once she gets in you one time, you don't want to mess up anymore. So that's kind of my mentality, and we all appreciate that. So that's what she gives to our team.
Thank you, Lila. Ned?
Congratulations, AT. Congratulations, Dawana. Obviously, the offense shots weren't going down in the first half, but did the offensive rebounding was it almost like keep away from them just to keep them from getting, extra shot attempts?
We knew that the statistic was rebounding and second chance, and we were able to win game one when we won those things. And game two, they beat us on the boards, and they had too many second chance opportunities. And rebounding is our identity. Between JJ, Bree, myself, we did not rebound well, and that was a huge emphasis, was to get the rebounds, get old boards, and limit their second chance.
For you, DB, when did you get sort of a idea that you could be more of a facilitator tonight? Because it certainly seemed like when the ball got in your hands, good things were happening.
Yeah, I just wanted to be aggressive. If I had the lane, I'm going to drive, even though McCowan sent my shot a couple times to the stands. But if I had the lane, I'm going to drive it. If I had the dump pass. Listen, I'm playing with all Americans here. I'm playing with all stars all around me. So you got to pick your poison with us. It's either you got to, help or not help. But, forget all that. The credit to this game actually goes to Dejanay Carrington. I think she was a difference maker for us this whole game. Her defensive pressure was unbelievable. She kind of jump started us the whole game. So take the ball out of my hand and give it to her, because tonight was just all about her and her pressure. She definitely jump started us that second half, and just definitely so proud of her.
And just what did AT say to you in the second half that got you mad?
I didn't hear what you said.
What I say to you?
AT said a lot of things. I'd rather not say.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
She just holds everybody accountable. Let's just say that.
All right, thanks, Ned.
Gotcha.
Maggie, go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Okay, we'll go to Wensley.
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Maggie.
This is for DB. You've been on this team now for 3 seasons. How has just this franchise shaped who you are as a person and as a player?
Oh man, I don't know if it really shaped who I am because I came from a great organization in Phoenix for 10 years. So, but then I came here and I feel like I found my heart a little bit, you know, like it was just a breath of fresh air to come to Connecticut, to play with such competitors. Man, we compete, and it had been a while since I felt like we competed this hard. And every single night, I just feel like this team, we just compete, we battle, we go to war for each other, and that's kind of something that I found that was totally different from Phoenix. Not say that we didn't go to war in Phoenix because we won 2 championships, but here it's competing. We all about defense, and I think that's what I love the most. And of course, I found Alyssa, so that's great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maggie. Wensley?
Hey, Dewana, congratulations on the win. You guys, it was a great game. I actually thought the turning point when I was watching the game was late in that second quarter when Connecticut kind of went on that drought and you drove to the basket, you got a layup, and then you hit a 3 right before, we went to halftime. And you were even yelling at the ref, that was a foul. I thought that, carried over into the second half. Was that turning point for you, like, I need to get going right now and, hopefully the team kind of follows on? Or were you just kind of like frustrated really with how the game was going?
Oh, that was right when Alyssa made me mad. Yeah, I was just trying to go on the run a little bit. I think they had got up by 6 at that point at halftime, but I think Kurt just made some great play calls. I think we just executed down the stretch, and the 3 went in. So of course that was a momentum changer. But at that point I was like, let's go. And then I came out and saw the score was tied because they took away a basket. So that was even more like, let's go. It's 0-0 at this point. But I just wanted to be aggressive, and whether I make a miss, I was still going to go to that basket or shoot the 3. So.
Alyssa, last year around this time, you guys played the Sky, and you had just had a few games under your belt, recovering. But this time, how much more prepared and healthy do you feel like you are to try to get this back? Because I do know, as Connecticut Sun, people, we definitely want this series and we want you guys to overcome it. How prepared do you guys feel like you are this time to change what happened last year to win?
I mean, we still have a bitter taste in our mouth from last season. We know it's going to be a tough series. They definitely have beaten us every game in the regular season. But we know what we need to do to be better. And we're going to watch a lot of video and prepare. And we're going to give our best shot each and every night. And hopefully it's a different outcome, but we're going to give everything we got.
Thank you. Best of luck, guys.
Thank you.
All right, last 2 questions, 1 each, please. We'll start with Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. This is a question for Alyssa Thomas. I want to get your thoughts on the way the scoring defense improved as you gave up like 58 points compared to 89 the other night.
What do you say? How did the defense improve from game 2 to game 3?
I mean, we only had 1 steal in game 2, and that's uncharacteristic of us. We knew that we were not pressuring the ball like we needed to. We were letting McCowan get too deep in the paint, and we weren't really playing defense like we should. And we watched video, and a lot of us were ready to play right after that game because we knew we really dropped the ball on that one. But today we focused in on our defense and did not allow them to get second chance and out in transition like they did in game 2 against us.
Appreciate the insight. Good luck.
All right, last question, Christos.
Hello, ladies. Congratulations on the win. Alyssa, speaking about the second half's effort, what do you need to do to carry over that effort overall in the series against the Sky?
What do you need?
Against the series in Chicago?
I mean, every time we play Chicago, we spot them a ton of points in the first quarter, and then we go on a crazy run to get ourselves back in the game. And we know that if we have a better start to the game, the outcome could be completely different. So I think for us, it's about how we start the game, figuring out why we're giving up so many points in the first quarter. And that takes a lot of energy trying to fight back in the game each and every time. So it's going to take a lot of preparation, a lot of watching video, but one game at a time.
All right, thanks, ladies. Thanks, everyone.
Have, but it is what it is. I'm proud of this team.
You mentioned Izzy's injury. How big do you think that was, especially on the offensive glass for Connecticut?
I thought it was huge. 17 offensive boards. We didn't do a very good job of boxing out. But at the end of the day, we fought. We gave 110% of effort and energy. It just didn't go our way. You know, we had too many turnovers. We took some quick shots. We weren't able to get back in transition a little bit. So, but the positive part of it is we made our free throws tonight. So that's a great thing.
So for all three of you, as I was waiting to come into here, fans ran down at the end of the game to make sure that they were still cheering you guys on as you were walking off. So what is a moment like that, even in a tough moment, what does that mean?
I feel like we're growing here in Dallas. We had so many fans and they're always very supportive. They know we gave it our all. We put our hearts in it. So they're always super proud of us and I can't thank them enough from our whole team.
Yeah, I would just echo that. I think just the time that they put into supporting us means the world. And ultimately it motivates us to just kind of come out, give it our all day in and day out. And so they've been kind of just consistent throughout the whole year too. So we appreciate them.
And Veronica, it's been a bit of a whirlwind year for you where you've kind of had a lot foisted on you. I may be asking this question too soon, but what do you think of this year, of this season for you?
Yeah, I would just say it's been a journey for sure. I've learned a lot throughout my time. And I think I'm thankful for kind of the teammates and my coaches that have just been very supportive through the ups and the downs and just the mistakes. And I think ultimately I've definitely just grown and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the opportunities that I was given. And at the end of the day, my mindset coming into this year was just be prepared and try and help the team in any way possible.
Coach, what was the message to your team tonight in the locker room?
What
was the message to your team? What did you say?
after the game?
Yes, in the locker room after the end of the game.
That I was proud of them and keep your head up. We're building something special here. It was one step, you know, by winning a game in the playoffs. And then the next year it's another step, you know, but we're still building a championship team. And that's what we're looking forward to.
And then Marina, what one word would you use to describe this season? What one word would you use to describe this season? The team, the growth, the steps you all took personally and as a team.
You used my word growth, but I would just say growth. Like every step every year, like Coach said, we're always building, doing better. And we reached our goals this year to get to the playoffs and also win a game. It wasn't exactly what we wanted to do, but perspective is everything. So I guess I'm gonna go with perspective.
Coach, obviously losing your leading scorer when you did this season and still making the playoffs is a huge accomplishment. What do you think the rest of the team learned about themselves and the organization, even when they didn't have a big gap?
I think the biggest thing they learn about themselves is they're very good. They're very good when they play together, carry out the offensive and defensive game plan.
The biggest thing that I told them when Enrique went out, because Satu hasn't really been with us the whole season, but when Enrique went out, just believe in themselves, play together and play with energy and effort, and that's what they did. They really believed that they could win. And also I thought, me personally, and you can ask them, I just felt like they had something to prove in a sense. And so they carry that type of attitude. We're still good and we still can win. But you can ask Mabry that. I don't know exactly their mindset, but that's how I felt. It was more of a focus, more of a determination to get the job done.
This question goes to all three of you. It had been a while since the Wings as an organization had won a playoff game. How is that as a building block for next season and maybe even the season after that?
When you see yourself do something, you believe it more. So, not that we didn't believe before, but watching this horn go off and winning in Connecticut, just a confidence booster. Now we know we can do it, and just back to work. We played a veteran team that's been here plenty of times. They've lost plenty of times. They've won, so they know exactly what it feels like. They know exactly what to do with their backs against the wall, and we lacked that a little bit. So that's okay. It comes with experience. So take the good with the bad. I think the biggest thing. You want to go? Yeah. I think the biggest thing last year was very important for us to get that first playoff, to get to the playoffs. I think this year, even though we wanted to go farther, but to get that first win in the playoff, get that experience in a sense. And now next year will be an opportunity to advance to the semifinals, you know, and take the next step forward as a team, offensively and defensively, and continue to build our confidence, our sisterhood, trust, and all the things that comes with a winning team. And more than that is sacrifice. To be on a great team, you have to make sacrifices on both sides of the basketball, offensively and defensively. And I think we have learned that in order to be successful.
I think they covered it all, but I think it just sets the tone for next year for sure.
Coach, can you talk about the ever-changing things that you had to deal with this season, especially late with the injuries and having to remanage roles and things like that, especially during today's game when you lose easily?
It's been tough. It's been tough. But these players here, to be honest with you, V and Mabry has helped me a great deal in a sense where Mabry was the starting PG for 2/3 of the season, and then the last part of the season, V played the one. I put a lot of pressure on them. I demand a lot from them at the one position, at the PG position. But I thought they did a great job of at times taking the responsibility, taking the ownership of what we need to do as a team. Especially V in a sense where this is the first year. I mean, in April, March, she was playing in college, and now she's playing on the biggest stage in the world in women's basketball. The WNBA is the best league in the world, and now she goes from limited minutes to starting minutes. So I thought she did an amazing job as a rookie, and then Mabry being able to transition to the one this year. I thought she did an amazing job, and then transition back to the two. And defensively, we're not even talking about, yes, she can score the basketball, of course she can, but defensively, the job she did on Bonner and the challenges that she faced defensively. And when we put her on quick guards, bigger guards, and she stepped up to the challenge. So I'm very proud of these two players because they had to change multiple roles play multiple roles offensively and defensively. And I thought they did an amazing job. So for me, it was difficult in a sense, but because I had them, it was a little bit easier.
We'll go last one in the room with Peter here.
What was the thought process behind Enrique's minutes tonight?
Well, to be honest, I wanted her to, she wanted to play, and I wanted her to feel a part of the team in a sense. I thought when we got down 10 that she could come in and give us a little spark. But as the flow of the game, I didn't think she had her rhythm in a sense where they just start running a lot of pick and rolls to her. And so she had to get through screens and stuff like that. And I didn't want to take that chance of her getting re-injured. So.
All right, Andrew, we'll switch over to Zoom questions now. And like I said earlier, if you can't hear them, I'll repeat them so you guys can.
Okay. First, we're going to go to Rafiq. Rafiq, go ahead and ask your question.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports stuff, Vicky Johnson. I just want to ask you, like, what are your impressions with the way the team grew from losing a single elimination game to Chicago Sky last year to, at the very least, last until the game 3 of this year's playoff series?
What's your impressions of the team going from last year where it was one and done, a loss in Chicago, to now taking Connecticut, the 3 seed, to game 3?
I really thought that we had an opportunity to win. I mean, we're looking at a 3-game series, but this was the 6th time we played Connecticut, you know, so series-wise, we're 3-3, you know, but they won the last game to advance to the semifinals. I love the new format, to be honest with you. Like I said before, I don't mind going on the road with my team. I think we can play and we can win on the road. So I loved it, to be honest with you. But the opportunity last year we lost, and we know the feeling of losing to Chicago and then going to Connecticut and playing 2 games in Connecticut and winning one, having an opportunity to come back and play in front of our fans was amazing, to be honest with you. The fans were loud. They had a lot of energy. It was a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
And a question for Mayberry. What are your thoughts on the way that you have improved your overall basketball game throughout the season compared to recent seasons?
How have you improved, Mabry? How have you improved your overall game this past season as compared to your first 3?
I did a lot. I got in better shape. I became a more dynamic scorer, a more physical defender, a better teammate, a more willing passer. Can play the 1, the 2, and the 3. So I'm happy with my progress, but I would like to win a championship too.
Appreciate the insight and good luck next season.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go to Ned. Ned, go ahead and ask your question. Can you unmute your mic for me? All right, then next we're going to go to Christos. Christos, go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, ladies. Great season, first of all. This question is for all of you. If you could pick one thing that you are most proud of this season, what would it be from your perspective?
Starting with Coach, for all 3, though, what is the one thing you're proudest of from this past season and with the team?
I think our growth, taking the next step forward to building a championship team more than anything.
Great answer, Coach. Oh, that's a great answer.
I would say just kind of the perseverance too that we've had. I think as we talked about, we've had a lot of different injuries, a lot of different roles have changed over the course of the year, and ups and downs, and we had kind of losing streaks, and then we were able to turn around and go on a 5-game winning streak and stuff like that. So I would just say ultimately the perseverance of this team.
Next question, Andrew.
Next, we're going to go to Mira. Mira, go ahead and ask your question.
Hey guys, so this question is for everyone. What was each of your favorite moment from this playoff series?
Favorite moment from the playoff series? Marina, lead us off there.
Winning game 2.
Same, winning game 2.
If you're getting specific,
not
the
today.
third quarter.
All right. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Coach VJ. Thank you, Veronica, and thanks
So
everybody for
welcome.
taking
Thank
place.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.